Van won't start now. Shit. And I'm running late.
For the day I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
Good morning there, guys. It's just barely still morning. I already went in and did the little training and the paperwork that I had to do for the new hole watch job for this mill shutdown here. And I thought I was going to be on days, but it turns out it's nights, so it's going to be unique in this weather, making sure I get enough sleep for working 12-hour night shifts. Right now, I just came back here, took a nap for a couple hours. Now it's getting kind of hot in here. I'm going to have to fire up the generator and run it so I can keep sleeping. Try to get enough sleep for going to work tonight.
It's time to get up, but I don't want to get out of bed. I feel comfortable and I don't feel like getting up. Yesterday was kind of a little on the crappy side at the new job. I've been outside. The whole watch deal that I'm doing is outside, out in the elements. There wasn't really any kind of covering done, so my paperwork was getting wet. It started raining, and there's all this what's known as black liquor from the wood, you know, digesting and bleaching process on the paper making side, and that stuff, yeah, mixed with the rain and dripping all over me. Not used to having it be a mess like that. It was nice. The company I worked for brought me some rain gear, but in between it wasn't that pleasant. I should have checked the weather. Went up there with stuff in the first place, but I wasn't sure that I'd be outside. It's time to go and do day 3 now. Guys, I ended up finishing up that job. It only ended up being 5 days instead of the 11 that I was hoping. It turns out they ended up going 9, but the digester that I was actually working on, they ended up shutting the door on it and finishing up on it in 5 days. So, you know, I did pretty good. I made pretty good money on the 5 days. The main boss guy told me that I did a great job and he'd be calling me for any of the Northwest jobs. So I guess that's a positive. I just don't know when there will be another one. And looks like I'm not gonna probably get to travel with it. I am gonna put a word out to the HR lady that I dealt with, see if they need anybody for their next coming up job that's supposed to be out in South Carolina. But other than that, I don't know. So this has not been exactly how I was hoping everything would play out. But it does show you that you can make really close to about $300 a day doing the whole watch gig when they do these big shutdowns at like power plants, paper mills, and there's another type of facility that I'm forgetting now. Well guys, last night was no fun. I don't know how I hit that pole. I was just turning around the corner and looking where I was gonna park, and I didn't see the damn thing, and it's concreted into the asphalt and tore the heck out of the van here. I figured out how to pull the bumper back so that I could still drive it and whatnot. I was supposed to be working on getting a camper, guys, and it was gonna be end of van life, but it looks like I was gonna sell this van, but now it looks like probably not gonna be able to sell the van. I mean, the engine runs great, the transmission shifts well. You know, if you don't mind the cosmetic issues, I'd be happy to sell it cheap when I find something camper wise. I got solar panels on it, dual fridge freezer combo, the winter style one. I mean, it's been pretty decent actually, and the bed's awesome. Got AC and a fan, but yeah, I have a feeling that the whole van life thing in trying to stealth camp is going to be really tough now with it wrecked up like that, because people do not like seeing that stuff. So immediately they think druggy when they see banged up van like that. So we're probably gonna have fun the next few weeks. Well guys, just after I went ahead and had the accident there, now I got on the road and drove a little bit, and now I got brake lights and the engine light all together on. That's not a good sign, and it does kind of drive a little bit rough. I almost wonder if maybe the steering column got a little bent, because that's straight now, or at least the alignment's off. I had plans to get a new rig, and I think it's coming to me much sooner than I wanted to. I thought I'd go ahead and give you an update on what's going on with the van. The steering column is slightly bent, and I knocked out a wheel sensor. That's why the ABS and the brake light are on, and why the speedometer isn't working anymore. Also the engine light's on now, so I need to figure out more about that. Right now I found work. It took me just about 3 weeks. I didn't really want to say a whole lot about this until I knew what was going on for me and everything. I ate into my savings pretty good, but now the new job I'm in, I'm getting to work a bunch of overtime, so I'm getting back on track. I am staying really close, stealth camping really close to work every day, so that I can hopefully like get this van to last me, stretch it out until I can find an RV. I'm pretty much done with van life, or at least van life for now. Definitely 100% done with van life with the low ceiling. I just work too much, which makes me stationary too much, so that the low roof gets to me. When I'm traveling and just pretty much doing nothing but traveling, and I'm not stopped for very long, I really don't mind it. In fact, sometimes I really like it, because this van's so small, I don't have to plan anything. I can go anywhere. But just the stigma on the van life thing, and not being able to stand up, and I have such set up to be able to cook, but a lot of times I'm in cities and it's hard to be able to cook anywhere. So I really need to go back to an RV, you know, after I've been in this van for like 3 years or something. She's done me good, but she's just, I feel like she's just about ready to die on me. I got to put over 80,000 miles on her, just over 80,000 when I bought her for $1,800. And I mean, I had to do some work, so I ended up about 3,600 into it. But you know, to get 80,000 miles out of her, I really appreciate her, and I hope she stays alive for me long enough to get my money together for that RV, you know. But yeah, for you guys that were wondering how things were going. Well, van won't start now. Shit. And I'm running late. This sucks. I'm gonna miss work.
Head north toward Heights Boulevard.
I knew it wasn't running well. I was hoping it would last. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and lay back down until stuff opens back up, and Uber over, get a battery to make sure it's not just a low battery thing.
that won't turn it over, and I basically ran the battery flat trying to start it and figure out what to do from there.
All right, guys, so now that we got daytime, I went ahead and got a battery, took Uber over, and it's still not starting. It's not just a weak battery. I mean, it's turning over, but it's not even trying to start. All right, guys, so I got it doghouse off, and I'm trying to see if we're getting fuel.
Good morning. It's 4 in the morning. I'm gonna walk my way over to the shuttle now. Van's here behind me, if you can see over there. Never really could get it running or anything, so I'm gonna get out to work. I might have an RV lined up to go see about. I'm gonna keep looking out there, but this is gonna be interesting. Let's see how this works out.
Get out there, connect with people, live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.